No, I am not getting invested in American Girl. There's just not really my thing. I feel like that sort of more toddler-ish style of dolls and like that scale of dolls just doesn't appeal to me. Not something that I would ever want. That's all of these. I do think that some American Girl clothing is like really nice looking and high quality. I think some of these designs are quite cute. I cannot be convinced to buy one. No, I am not getting invested in American Girl. That scale of dolls just doesn't appeal to me. So I may have some explaining to do. Hey, Fae folk, welcome, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a little bit different in a few ways here. For one thing, I do want to put like a very, very light trigger warning on this video. I'm not going to be going in depth about anything like triggering. I'm not going to like talk about any super specific topics, but I will be sort of vaguely alluding to not so great childhood events. So if that's something like you're extra sensitive to, again, I'm not going to like be going crazy. I'm not going to like talk about any specifics, but if you're very sensitive to that, I would rather you like protect yourself and not watch this video than engage in the content. So it's totally okay if you need to click off, just like be mindful of your own mental health, you know. We are also doing an unboxing of sorts today, but rather than my typical format where like I'm not on camera and I use my little backdrop, because of the scale of things, I'm gonna have to just be here and show you stuff. I might insert B-roll footage. This is new territory for me, okay? Like this is something that I'm not used to. But the most obvious thing that's a little bit different in today's video is that I have an 18-inch doll here. And historically, throughout the entirety of my channel, and indeed, can't talk, indeed, the entirety of my doll collecting journey, I have always professed that these dolls aren't for me. And yet, I have one here, and spoiler alert, there's another one down there that we're going to be taking a look at today. So, what's going on? I don't really know the best way to start. And I do apologize if I'm a little bit like extra awkward in this video. It just is like a little bit closer to home than normal. Not that I'm very emotional and very excitable about all of my dolls in my collection, but this is just a very different type of joy that I found for this 18-inch doll here. So I'm just like a little bit more vulnerable, I guess is perhaps the best word. So I'm sorry if that comes across as me just being like, nice, Reese, you're so cute, extra awkward. But how to begin? Where do I start with this? With my 18-inch doll journey that's apparently something that I'm undertaking now. I guess we'll just start with like my general thoughts that I had up until recently about 18-inch dolls, which was never like anything harsh. Like I never was like, I hate them and they're awful and you're stupid if you like them. Like that's not the case. It's always just been a thing where I'm like, oh, that's not really for me. Like that's fabulous if you love it, but it's not something that I can get into. I have always felt like the accessories to 18-inch dolls are very cute, like the play sets and like the, you know, food accessories or like notebooks, like that sort of thing. I do think that's very fun just because in general, if I see something miniature, it's not as miniature can get, but like if I see something miniature, I'm gonna love it because it's just there's something about scaling something down that inherently just makes it so adorable. So like that was sort of my thought prior to recently was like 18-inch dolls aren't for me, but you know the accessories are kind of cute, but I don't have any dolls to go with them, so you know that's also kind of inherently not for me. Two things really held me back with 18-inch dolls before. One was just the scale. It's like a significant amount bigger than a typical fashion doll, and so inherently if you're collecting 18-inch dolls, you can own fewer within the same space constraints just because they take up a lot more space. And then also the faces are very, very difficult for me. I just think that a lot of 18-inch dolls look quite uncanny. Some like are better than others. I will say like the ones that I'm sort of aware of, I do think American Girl, outside of this girly pop who is a Disney ILY, is like probably my favorite faces for 18-inch dolls. But even those I feel like can be sort of uncanny. I know there's like, what's the Canadian one? Like Maple dolls. No shade if you love those. Obviously, everyone has their own opinions and like it's completely harmless to like those. Sorry, there's like a little bug flying around here. But those quite freaky to me. And then also the whatever the Walmart brand is, like those are also pretty uncanny to me. So just in general, 18-inch dolls are something that I find like downright creepy to just like sort of not for me, like a little bit uncanny. Again, I really, really want to highlight there's absolutely no judgment coming from me if you love those dolls. Everyone likes different things. So yeah, that was kind of my thoughts on them again up until very recently. So I have mentioned before in my, I think it was in my Bratz Babies video that I like got the most into it, which funnily enough was sort of a similar style to this one where I was like, oh, I don't like Bratz Babies. Just kidding. Now I've got like a whole shelf of them over here. But I alluded to the fact that I didn't have a great childhood. And again, I'm not going to get into any sort of like specifics just because I don't need that on the internet. You probably don't need to hear that. It's not important, like any specifics of it. But I did have like quite a rough childhood. And that is one of the many reasons that I am in therapy. And it's like the thing that I've been focusing on the most in therapy over like the last a little over a year, I think at this point, maybe not quite a year, somewhere around the year mark. That's been like the big thing in therapy is really trying to like deal with the childhood, which it's a little uncomfortable to say, you know, like no one wants to say that out loud. And again, we're not getting into specifics, but yeah, that's like been a big focus. And so I think that's where the shift in my brain has happened. So a little bit ago, I did do a video where I did a ranking for American Girl dolls. I ranked all of the Girl of the Year dolls. And in that video, I still specified, I was like, I'm not into this. I'm not going to buy them. I just want to give my opinions on it. And I'm maintaining that I'm not going to buy any American Girl dolls. We'll get into why in a minute here. But with that video, it kind of got me like interested in American Girl, just in like a not like a lore sense, but it's just a content sense. I had watched here and there before some American Girl content here on YouTube, but I really like started diving deep after that video, and I've just been watching tons and tons and tons of AGTube videos just because it's very interesting to me. Like it's really cool to hear about this sort of subset of doll collecting that I've never engaged in before. But even so, that was like the extent of my interest, I thought. So, how did that change? Basically, I went to Walmart, and apparently that was a mistake. I went to Walmart with my husband. We were looking like for not doll stuff, but of course, if I'm at Walmart, I'm gonna check the toy section. Like, I feel like that's just a very collector behavior. Is you have to go check and see, even if you don't think there's gonna be anything new. You gotta go see. So that was what I was doing, and we, you know, checked like the Barbie, the Monster High, like all the stuff that I normally check and went through the aisle like to we were you know exiting the toy section, and that happened to be the aisle that has all of their 18-inch dolls and all of their 18-inch doll accessories and stuff, and something about it just hit me different that time. I was seeing the same stuff that I'd always sort of seen, you know, the same accessories and the same dolls. I mean, not literally, like I'm sure they change out seasonally, but you know, like the same type of stuff that I had always seen and that I had always just like walked past and been like, oh, you know, that's kind of cute, whatever, move on. But for some reason, I just was so, yeah, the tears are already starting to come, emotional about it. And I can only assume it's because of the work that I've been doing in therapy and the fact that that's like been something that's on my mind. And I've been working a lot on like inner child stuff in therapy. And so I was looking at all this stuff and I was like, I am not feeling like, oh, I want to buy this, like, and add it to my collection. I'm like emotional about this. Like, this is something is happening in my head here. So I didn't buy anything at Walmart. We went home and, you know, like I talked to my husband about it a little. I was, you know, just kind of thinking and ruminating on it. I feel like ruminating has sort of a bad connotation, so maybe that's not the best word to use. But I was just like sort of thinking about my emotions and like, you know, trying to let myself feel my feelings without any judgment, which is something that I'm not necessarily super great at all the time. And I was like, you know what? I think maybe to see where these feelings lead, I should pick up an 18-inch doll. And I didn't want to get an American Girl doll because those are so much more expensive. And this was like a little experiment, right? And so I was sort of looking around at like the different types of cheaper ones that you can get. I knew the ones at Walmart were a little bit creepy to me, so I didn't want those. I was thinking about Our Generation, the Target brand. And then because I was on Target's website, I got reminded that Disney ILY also makes 18-inch dolls. Um, so I got her. She was supposed to be just my little experiment. I just think I still find the other dolls a little bit uncanny, and these have, a little bit more cartoonified faces. Like they definitely are obviously an 18-inch scale, but the faces feel slightly more fashion doll-esque. And so I thought, okay, if I'm gonna test this, I think that this is by far the cutest style of doll that I've seen, and I would like to try out how it feels to open one. So I got her and I brought her home and I opened her box and I started bawling like a baby. I'm, which is why I'm like, I'm probably gonna cry again today on camera. I just felt so emotional about it, and it was really kind of strange because I feel like I've seen other people who unbox, usually it is American Girl, but sometimes other 18-inch dolls for the first time as an adult, having never had them as a kid. And a lot of the time, it feels like the emotional reaction, at the very least part of it, or maybe most of it, comes from the fact of, oh, I wanted this as a kid, but I never could have one for whatever reason. That wasn't it. I couldn't have American Girl dolls as a kid because they were a little bit out of my family's price range. And I don't really know if there were cheaper options available when I was younger because, like, you're a kid, you're not necessarily aware of that sort of thing. But I never wanted them. Like I was interested in the pets from American Girl, but even as a kid I had never been into dolls this scale. That had never been my thing. And so it was very unexpected for me to just like have such an intense emotional release upon opening this doll. But my immediate reaction, I don't really know. I don't know if I'm going to end up keeping this in, so I'm sorry if there's like a weird cut. Um, but my immediate reaction seeing her was, oh, this is like a little girl that I can keep safe. I've never wanted kids of my own for many, many, many reasons, like so many reasons. Obviously, no shade if you want to have kids, just it's absolutely not the right choice for me. So, this, I think, sort of hit like a slight maternal instinct, but also like, again, that like inner child work. And it really just was the sensation of like, I was not safe as a child, but like this is a little girl, a little doll that I can keep safe, and like I know she's not real. Okay, I know that, but like in my head it was like, "Oh, I can take care of her and I can make sure she's okay and I can make sure she's safe." So, I had a really strong emotional reaction to my little girl here. I have named her because they don't come with names because they're just like inspired. So she's inspired by Tinkerbell. We're not going to look at her too much in this video just because I have other stuff that is like technically the focus of this video. But she is inspired by Tinkerbell, so she's got like little Tinkerbell silhouettes on her dress here. She did have a necklace and she also came with glasses. I just don't have her dressed in them right now. But this is my Goyle and I have named her Evelyn, but Evie for short. So like she's my baby. And it does feel so funny saying that because like I've never felt this way. Um but even though there's like a lot of tears, it's definitely like a very positive sort of sensation, like there might be a little bit of sadness, a little bit of bitterness there, but mostly it's like an extreme emotional release in like a positive way, like something that needs to get out and like it's a good feeling at the end, if that makes sense. But even with Evie having been unboxed and like me having a very fairy emotional response to her, I still was like, I don't really know how far this is going to go. This might be like a very temporary emotional response. It might not be something that I feel super duper strongly, like it might be like a flash in the pan sort of situation rather than an ongoing sort of situation. It quickly became clear that that is not the case. I do have some pajamas for her, and I literally change her into pajamas every night so she can go to bed. And I like have her coming around the house with me. Have not yet taken her outside. It's on the table. Like that's, I mean, I know a lot of people do that with all sorts of different sizes of dolls, but she's the first doll that I've been like the only other dolls that I've ever taken outside are the little mini Nananas that I can literally just slip in my pocket and like sort of have that to hold on to when I'm feeling a little bit anxious. This is the first time I've been like, I just want to go out with her. Like, again, I know she's not real, so I feel like it might sound silly if you haven't experienced similar emotions, but I'm like, I want to take her to the park. Like, I want her to get to see the sunshine. I want to take care of her. Um, so yeah, it was immediately obvious, or not, I shouldn't say immediately obvious, but it became obvious quite quickly that it was not going to be a, oh, like I felt a little emotional opening her up and like that was a nice thing, but I don't really think this is for me. This is my girl. Like this is my girl. So I bought some other things that I guess it's time to show you, which means that I have to put Evie down. I'm sorry, girly pop. We're just gonna like set you very gently over here. So I did say that I have another doll, and that is that's because my brain went, you can't be with Evie 24/7, and she's going to be lonely if you don't have her have a friend. So I did get another Disney ILY doll, and this one is inspired by Stitch. I'm going to keep it real, like right off the bat here. I'm not really invested in the outfit, like the onesie with this one. I do think she comes with like a little toothbrush. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. That's very cute. I'm not really invested in the outfit, but the like base doll was so cute. Like there's just something about her. I'm gonna cry. And for these, like it wasn't like I didn't pull out my rubric with these because this is just such a different situation than buying a doll for my collection. Like I don't really feel like this is an addition to the collection. This feels separate and like very therapeutic and very different than the doll collection that is like the rest of what I own. So I didn't use the rubric, and I wasn't really concerned about the fact that I didn't like her outfit, because the important part was that I needed to have another doll that I connected with that could be Evie's friend so that she didn't have to be lonely when I can't be around her. Again, I feel like I probably sound ridiculous to some people, but like that's fine. It's making me feel so good and so happy. So I think I'm gonna try to open her. We're gonna give it a whirl and see if I can open her on camera. Do I have my scissors? I do. Ooh, my whole chair just tilted and I almost fell. But yeah, I wanted her to have a friend. And I felt like good about the purchase, even though I don't really care about the outfit, because it was like I had such a strong reaction, and like this is clearly something that is gonna be a thing now. Again, I still don't really know how far it's going to go. Like I know I obviously have 2 dolls. I said pajamas for Evie. I've got a couple of outfits to show you that I bought for this girly pop who I don't have a name for yet. We'll get there, obviously. Like I can't just let her go unnamed. But beyond that, I don't really know. I don't know where this ends for me. I don't know if like, I'm thinking and trying to pull this. Hello, what are you stuck on? Let me out. This is why I don't do unboxings on camera. I'm literally bad at unboxing things. And like, I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know how you can be bad at unboxing things. But like, I think the idea of like getting them cute little Halloween costumes is really sweet, or like dressing them up for the holidays sounds really nice. So I think more clothes are certainly on the table. I don't know as far as like doll furniture or any play sets go. I'm not sure how we're gonna feel about that, because this is brand new. This is a learning process for me, and we're just kind of doing things as we go and as I like start to realize that it makes me feel happy. So I'm not really sure where that's going to leave us, but I did say I'm not going to buy an American Girl. That's not American Girl specific. I was just clarifying because that's sort of like the most well-known, popular brand of 18-inch dolls. I'm not going to get any other 18-inch dolls just because, not because like there aren't other ones that are cute. Like there are other ILY dolls that I was like, ooh, maybe. But again, this is not like a collection thing. This isn't me just like buying dolls because I like having them on my display or anything like that. Like this is very personal. Something just flew. I don't know if that caught on camera. But yeah, so it's not really the same sensation, and I don't see myself wanting more than these 2. Or I shouldn't say wanting, because again, there are other ones that are quite cute, but I can't see myself owning more than these 2, because they are literally, Evie feels like my child. And I'm assuming that once I get her out and have her in my hands, she's also going to feel like my child. And if I have more than 2, I don't think that I can keep up in terms of making sure that I am giving them both attention. And again, I do know these are inanimate objects, but my brain doesn't care about that. Like, my brain is not particularly concerned about, like, oh, is this a doll or a real child? My brain's just like, protect it. So that's what we're doing. How far am I from getting you out? What is still attached? I thought I got all the ones on the shoes already. Oh, Evie, no. I don't have stands for them because I'm unprepared. I'm so sorry. She fell. I don't know. You couldn't see her fall for sure. I don't even know if I'm on screen right now. I'm so sorry. Okay, hold on. There. Now you're good. There's still something. What is happening here? I don't even know if this is the third time, so I can't say third time's the charm. But we finally got her. We finally got her out. Okay. She's so cute. I probably will end up inserting some B-roll so you can like see her face and everything. I need to like cut the hood off so we can take a better look at the actual doll, because again, I'm not really invested in the stitch part. I just want to see my girl. There we go. Now we can kind of see her a little bit better. See her, she's got dimples. She's so stupidly cute. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take her hair out of this ponytail. I'm just gonna cut this off because I want to be able to like feel it and see how thick it is. And part of what I bought was like some ponytail holders for them so they can like have nice ponytail holders. She does also have some pieces that are tied with string to get them out of her face, but I'm gonna cut those too because again, I have other stuff that I can use for that to kind of keep it out of their way. All right, girly, your hair is free. So Evie obviously had very straight hair, and she's got like a little bit more of a curly texture. Found the tears. Sorry, this is just like, she's so cute. I love the hair blend for her. I just like something about her expression with like the dimples and like this strawberry blonde hair color I thought was so pretty. And so I was like, okay, for my second one, she definitely has to be the second one that I have. Oh my gosh, I'm like, I know I should be filming better, but I like just want to look at her. She's just so sweet. Oh my god, she's so cute. Like the inside eyes and the little like painted lashes. I feel like she feels like she's got a little bit more hair than Evie did. Like she feels a little bit thicker rooted. I guess I'll just go ahead and show you. It's still not like necessarily the thickest thing ever, but she's got a lot going on. I need to get these dolls a good brush. I don't have one. Outside of like, because I have, you know, little baby like rainbow eye brushes for most of my dolls, and I've got my brush, but I need to get them a brush because they deserve their own. I'm literally gonna sob. Wow. So she came with a little electric toothbrush and a little toothpaste, which is very cute. I will 100% be using that. And she's got these little slides on, which is absolutely adorable. So everything really but the onesie. I was super happy with this one. But because I'm not obsessed with the onesie, I guess I'm just going to lay you down here very gently. You're good. Yeah, you're good. So the other stuff that I got her, first, an Our Generation pajama set. Evie also has a pajama set from Our Generation, but it's like a different style. I didn't bring it down here to show you guys. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. I'm a little like frazzled today. But like, I don't really think the Stitch onesie is the one for her, but I need her to be able to have pajamas because I can't have her sleeping in her day clothes. That's not what you do. So I got this cute little dinosaur set. This is like so stupidly cute. It genuinely hurts. So we're gonna try that on her. I'll redress her off camera because that's like a lot, and that's going to take me a minute, and y'all don't need to see all that. But then I also got her a day outfit from our generation because she has to have something to wear during the day. Like, she can't be in pajamas when Evie's in her nice little dress. So I got her this set, which again, I'll have her try on. I'm interested to see how the shoes go. Because as far as I was able to sort of glean from searching YouTube for how different brands fit each other when it comes to 18-inch dolls, IOI dolls are not frequently compared, which I think is fair. Like, they're a very new brand, and I don't think, like, necessary. I don't want to say unpopular, but like, there definitely aren't nearly as many IOY 18-inch dolls as there are American Girl, Our Generation, that sort of thing. So I know for sure the clothes fit because the pajamas fit Evie perfect, but she just came with socks. So I'm not sure how the shoes are going to fit. Fingers crossed that it works, because otherwise all that fits might be like IOY shoes, or I might have to buy like American Girl shoes, which is going to be a little bit more expensive. And then the last thing that I will definitely just be like popping B-roll in here to show you is I just got a bunch of hair accessories from Claire's. The Claire's near me is one of the stores that's closing. It's very unclear to me whether, because I thought I saw something about Claire's going bankrupt, but like not all of their stores are listed as closing, because there was like an article I saw that listed all the Claire's stores that are closing down. But also my store is closing and has like the store closing sale signs and all of that jazz, but they aren't even on the list. So I have no idea what's going on with that. But the Claire's in the mall near me is in fact closing, and they had, I think it was, if you bought 5 items or 5 through 9 items, it was 40% off, and then 10 or more items was 50% off. So I got a crisp little 40% off all this. So I just got like a bunch of hair ties in different colors so that they could have their hair pulled back and it wouldn't be all in their face all the time. And then I also did get 2 little sets of barrettes here. One is like hearts that like kind of shake, and then just some little bows. I know the scale is like a little bit big, like the barrettes especially, this might be a little bit big for them, but it was all like on a super duper sale, right? So I wasn't that fussed about it. As far as like, it's not like I've lost $30 if they don't fit. Like, I've lost like 5, which, I would like to not lose $5, but I will survive over losing $5. But I just thought that might be a good opportunity to get some cute little hair stuff for a good price that might fit the dolls. So I'm going to go ahead and get her all dressed up. I think we're going to put her in the pajamas first, and then we'll put her in the day outfit, because it's not nighttime yet. And so I don't want to keep her in the pajamas. I'm going to want to keep her in the day outfit. So I'm going to change her into the pajamas first, and then I will be right back with you guys. What am I even supposed to say? Look how cute this little outfit is. She's got the dinosaur top with like the little ruffle, the dinosaur leggings, and the slippers. They were tight. They were tight to get on, but they're on her, which does give me hope for like the proper shoes. I cannot wait until it's like actually nighttime so I can get them both in their pajamas together and they can like just sleep and have a nice time. She's so stupidly cute. Oh, I definitely need to find a name for her. I would absolutely ask y'all, except by the time that like this goes up and you see it, chances are very high that I will have already found a name. So like, it's not that I don't care about your input. It's just that like the timing is probably, because like I need a name tonight. You know what I'm saying? But she like, the hair is so luscious and so nice, and she looks so cute in her outfit. I will say one thing that I really, really like about the our let's talk. Let's use our words. One thing I really like about the Our Generation outfits is that in the package, they're held in with string. I got an extra one here, but I can fix that in a second. They're held on with string instead of like T-ties. So like there are still tiny holes where they were in the clothes, but I feel like it's a lot less damaging than the T-ties were. And like, at least for this one, the other one I went ahead and opened them at the same time, was a little bit harder because the fabric of the shirt was a little bit thinner, but like at least for kind of basic fabrics like this, it just like slips right through. It's so easy. So I really, really appreciate that. I am like, I almost don't want to undress her, but I know I need to. Really quick, I guess I could show you guys her articulation. She does have like a full soft torso. I'm not going to show you that. Sorry, but like this is my daughter. So, but yeah, they're like full cloth torso, and then they have like back and forth head articulation. She's a little stiff, but she can go all the way around. The arms go back and forth, but not really like out. Like you can kind of pull it because it squishes with the soft body, but it's not going to hold a pose. And then the legs kick out, and they do like the like wide sit like this, which like for me it's fine. Again, the articulation was literally not even on my mind when I bought Evie or when I purchased her as well. So let me go ahead and get her into her like daytime outfit so she can be all set for the rest of the day, and then we will close this video out. I'm fully gonna like throw up, but in a good way. This is so, so cute for no reason. She's such a baby. She's such a baby. The outfit, incredible. She's got this great hairband. Again, I'll like, if I'm feeling energetic and doing things correctly, show a little bit of B-roll footage so you can see it a little closer, but it's got like butterflies on it. The skirt is so cute and nice and stretchy. The bracelet, she's got a little bracelet with a butterfly on it. The shoes technically fit just barely. You can see like the strap on this one is like struggling a little bit to close. I was able to get this one. Okay, so it's tight. It's tight. I may have to search for different brands and see if any other brands are a little bit closer to fitting on their feet. If you know, let me know, please. I would love to know in the comments if you guys like have experience with these dolls and can tell me what else fits on them. But as I said, I'm not going to get any more dolls. I'm absolutely open to buying like American Girl outfits or like any brand of outfits, really. I'm not fussy as long as it looks cute on them, because like that's all I want. So let me get Evie up here. My girls. Y'all. I love them so much. I love them so much. It genuinely hurts a little bit, but like in the best way. So that's the video, I guess. I don't know. This is like a weird one. I don't really know how to end it because this isn't my normal style of content. Obviously, this is a sort of special edition video. This is just a little bit more emotional, a little bit more raw, a little bit more real, but I hope you guys were able to get something out of it. Let me know what your thoughts are on these dolls. Let me know if you've had any similar sort of emotional experiences with them. When it comes to the channel, I don't think we're going to do anything like super duper consistent with them. I'll probably do like little haul videos whenever I get clothes for them. If I end up getting any of the furniture or play sets or like accessories like that, then I'll include that as well. Otherwise, I see them being more a feature on my Instagram. Again, not like 100% of the time. I'm not going to like stop collecting the other dolls or like stop doing my normal sort of thing. This is just an addition to my life. But yeah, I feel like I'm much more likely to just take pictures and post them over there than I am to like make dedicated videos with them outside of little clothing haul videos. So that's sort of where we're at for now, but obviously I didn't ever expect I'd even be here. So I kind of have to be open to the idea that this journey might lead me other places, and that's totally fine. As long as we're healing and we're happy and everything's good, then it's fine. It doesn't matter if I know exactly where this is going to take me. It doesn't matter if it always makes sense, as long as everything is positive. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me for this one. Thank you for like listening to, again, something that's like a little bit more vulnerable and a little bit more personal than a lot of my content. Again, I hope you're able to get something out of this video, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night, or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.